Fables of La Fontaine. The Child and the Schoolmaster. This fable serves to tell, or tries to show, a fool's remonstrance often is in vain. A child fell headlong in the river's flow while playing on the green banks of the Seine. A willow, by kind Providence, grew there. The branches saved him, rather God's good care. Caught in the friendly boughs, he clutched and clung. The master of the school just then came by. "Help! Help! I'm drowning!" As he gulping hung, he shouts. The master, with a pompous eye, turns and reproves him with much gravity. "You little ape," he said, "now only see what comes of all your precious foolery. A pretty job such little rogues to guard. Unlucky parents who much watch and thrash. Such helpless, hopeful, good-for-nothing trash. I pity them, their woes I understand." Having said this, he brought the child to land. In this I blame more people than you guess. Babblers and censors, pedants, all the three. Such creatures grow in numbers to excess. Some blessing seems to swell their progeny. In every crisis, theories they shape, and exercise their tongues with perfect skill. Ha! My good friends, first save me from the scrape, then make your long speech after, if you will. Well, there you have it. The Child and the Schoolmaster. What's this all about? Well, the child playing by the river falls in, gets swept down stream, and is about to be washed out to sea. But luckily, a tree is growing there, and the branches are out, and as he gets swept by, he manages to grab onto the tree branches. And while he does this, he notices the schoolmaster walking by, and he yells out, "Help, help, I'm drowning, come and save me." So, instead of rushing to save him, the schoolmaster decides to lecture him and tells him how terrible he is and how foolish and what a terrible child and how difficult he is on his parents, and they should beat him, and he's good for nothing, and he feels sorry for the parents and things like this. Well, after all this, he then grabs the child and pulls him out of the river. So, La Fontaine says, look, this is the way people are these days. Everybody likes to blab, blab, blab. They like the sound of their own voice, and they love to show how everybody else is doing everything wrong and how they're so perfect, and, they're trying to teach you a lesson for your own good. All this nonsense. And it seems that these people are becoming more numerous, and whenever there's a crisis, these people always have their theories about why it's like that, and they love to just blab, blab, blab about how everything is wrong and these are the problems, but they don't solve the problems. And yes, it's fine to talk about these things, but let's deal with the immediate need first and save this person and see if we can prevent this from happening in the future, rather than kick people while they're down, and when they're in desperate need, that's when you want to tell them how terrible they are and how they should have avoided all this and things like that. Why not help them? And then, first of all, they'll probably learn from their mistake through going through this whole ordeal. But together afterwards, maybe you can think about how to prevent something like this in the future rather than just complain and make the person feel bad and potentially cause the person to really suffer because they're still in peril. It's terrible to need somebody's help, but we all need somebody's help from time to time. And we feel shame about this, and it's not very nice to seek help. But when you're going to be chastised for seeking the help, well, you're probably not going to want to seek help the next time you need help, and then you're really going to suffer. So this is unfortunate. And maybe people should be more caring of what these people are going through rather than just act holier than thou and make people feel worse. Anyway, that's my take. If there's anything you'd like to add or talk about or discuss, down below, please. Until next time, goodbye. Love you. And when people are chastising you when you're down and having trouble and they're telling you how terrible you are, just realize that they are a big part of the problem and they're not very nice. And yes, although you need help and are struggling and are going through a tough time, the way they treat you shows what their character is, and don't let them make you feel worse. Think about that and try to hang in there, and hopefully a lot of this struggle will take care of itself in time, and hopefully not too much time. Till next time, goodbye.